Hello, everyone. Running behind today. Oh my gosh. I was just like crazy. I do have my tea. It's over there. I'm going to see if I can call it up on my page instead of it has me. All right, let me see. Okay. Hopefully. Well, it's not there. Um, no. No, I don't want that. I'm trying to get it so I can see when people come in and comment, but it's not working for me. I mean, try this. I don't know if it's going to work. I should be here. Oh, and now the sun's going to come out. Give me a minute to close this. There we go. All right, I'm going to throw this over here, which is different from where I normally put it, but it'll be out of the way. It's not coming up on my page. Oh my gosh. And I can't see if anybody is here. All right, I've started the meeting. I may be doing this without any info. Because I was on the wrong one. I was in the group. Oh my gosh. All right, I think I have it now. There we go. Now I can see. Oh my gosh. Woo. It was crazy today. So now let me get everything rearranged. So I can still do this. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm going crazy trying to do a few different things. And it's like, I have 4 cards I want to do. I have two totally prepped. The third one I had started. Fourth one I haven't even started, but I'll be able to do it. It won't be too big of a deal. So at this point, I'm going to go with it. Since I'm running late, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move my camera over and hopefully this works. All right. I'm up a little high. Better. Now I just have to do some adjusting. I'm sorry if it's making you guys dizzy. All right, hold on. I'm going to adjust this rather than full with my camera. Okay, there we go. All right. A little sneak peek. I thought today I would play with 2 celebration items. I don't know if you have seen, well, most of you haven't unless you have your catalog. If you have your catalog, I'm going to clear some of this stuff away, then you'll know what I'm talking about. One of the celebration items is Dandy Designs 12 by 12 paper. All right, this is a mega pack. It is $100. You have to spend $100 to get it, but it has some great patterns in here. There's that one. There's that with that. There's that and that. Then there's this one and this. So, I mean, they're general patterns. And the colors that they use are, let me see here. Got to turn it around so I can read it. Are Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, and Petal Pink. Now I have to tell you, some of these I wasn't certain about. One of the papers I'm using today, I thought it matched Pale Papaya, but when I put the two together, it didn't work. So I went back to Calypso Coral, and it's a lighter version of that. So this is a fabulous deal if you are interested in general paper that doesn't necessarily go with anything. The other thing I'm going to use, and I know you probably have seen a bunch of sets with this, but it's the Adorable Owls stamp set. And I thought I would use that. I'm not using this guy that I know of. I could change my mind, but I'm using these two. So let's get started with card number 1. And let me call up my image. All of my cards today came from the annual catalog. So just so you know, where's my annual catalog? It's over here. Oh, it's over there. The first one that I'm doing is on In with the Whale page. I'm not certain what it's called, but the whale one. And I have scrap paper to do my stamping on. I am going to color my little owls with, I have some blends, I have some markers, a variety of things. I have a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to take and I'm going to stamp my first owl in, I said pens, but it's markers. And I will pull in my pencils and blender pens so I can show you. All right, there's that. All right, so there's my little guy. And I need to get my Calypso Coral marker. Well, I'm at it, I'll grab my pencils and bring them over here in case I want to use them. All right, I'm going to color his little bow tie in with my marker. And I'll be honest with you, when Calypso Coral first came out, I loved it, but I see it now as a brown, and it's like, you know, a brown coral color. I'm not real fond of that. So, oh well. All right. Oh, beaks. Wonder what color owl beaks are. All right. You know what? I'm going to use my Sahara sand. I'm going to color it in. All right. I'm going to color him in brown. And I think I'm going to use soft suede. So I'm going to start with my soft suede. And to avoid having lines, I'm gonna play. All right, now I need a yellow. I think I'm gonna get saffron so I can use it. Well, that's not a good one. It's got a bad point. Let me see about this one. This has got a better point. I've got like 5 saffrons. So let's color his feet in with saffron. That should probably be his beak color too. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go this way. And then I'm gonna go around like so. When you have a small space, good thing I didn't use early espresso, way too dark. All right, now I'm going to color his belly in with crumb cake, his belly and his eyes. So we get two different colors. All right. I said his eyes, but it's the fur around his eyes. Oops. Okay. Did you see my post about Vicki and I doing a collaboration starting tomorrow? We will be sharing. See, this is why I don't use my pens, my markers much for coloring. Plus I'm hurrying, which doesn't help. Now I'm going to pull in my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut this little guy. And I'm going to leave some space all the way around him. All right. I have pictures of the cards I wanted to do. I wanted some inspiration, so I decided to go to my catalog. And this one, the layout is in with the whale set. I don't know what it's called. They're fairly easy to cut out. Not all of them have to be cut out, but this one did. So I decided to show you some different ideas. I imagine people are very busy with family or getting ready for New Year's. There we go. See, he's not bad to cut out. All right, I've got him cut out now. Now I'm going to pull in my paper and I have my card base and I would really like some splatters on the back of this. I know you're supposed to be able to do this. I don't normally do this. See, I'm not getting it. People have luck with it. I don't. Let me get my spray bottle of water, a paintbrush. I can find a paintbrush over here. I have them. There they are. They're all over here. I hope this one isn't too big. Here's what I'm going to do. All right. Oh, there is some on there. All right. This is not the one I like to use. I don't see my one I like to use. All right. I'm going to spritz this with water. Here we go. I'll put that there. And then I'm going to, yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but I do have it. Now I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so I don't get it on everything. All right. And next step, there's a little bit there. not a lot. I probably should use, do I have anything over here that has, no. I know I have sets that have splatters in them. Let me look real quick. Oh, here we go. Color and contour. That's one. All right. So let me pull this out. All right. Now, give me a block. And I'm just kind of spreading it around. This is going to go on here. That's enough. I'm going to say it works. All right, I'll move this over here. Now, this is the pattern paper I'm using, and I'm going to mount it on this, and you'll see why. I'm going to take my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to go down all the way, and I'm going to center it. And I'm going to punch a circle. All right, now, get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. This is going to go here like so. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Now, hopefully my glue is working better today than it did yesterday. I used it some. I'm going to go around the circle. I'm not putting a lot on it. I'm not going to put that top on because I'll be taking it off in a minute. And I'm going to put this, and these two are the exact same size. All right, so there's that. In the center of this, I'm going to stamp Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute. And I'm going to use the Calypso Coral. And I need to find my scrap paper, which I'm not certain. I don't know, here's one. I need to see. I just threw this on the block. Let's see. Yeah, if the top line, if I keep that top line straight on here, it'll work. Whew. I never know if it's going to be straight or not. All right, let me get rid of this before I put my finger in it. And then this is going to go on here like so, and it's going to be flat. I think I need to clean the tip off on here. All right. I have some glue. And then this is centered side to side and top to bottom. Okay, there we go. All right. This I'm going to pop up right there with dimensionals. All right. And this may need something else on it. We'll find out. I don't know if I have any gems that have Calypso Coral on it. There we go. Yes, some gems would be good. I don't think I have any Calypso Coral ones. Anybody know of any gems that are Calypso Coral? It's in this one. Is that the same? Yeah, it is. Now I just ordered more of those and I didn't really need them. Oh, well. Let's see what the iridescent rhinestones look like. What's this? Oh, this one has Calypso Coral. And it's retiring. So perfect. I want to come out. It's not taped down. Calypso coral, pale papaya Pacific. Well, that's supposed to be Calypso coral, but I don't think it looks Calypso coral. Do you? I think it looks pink. Well, it says it's Calypso coral. Let's find out. Well, maybe it is. All right. There we go. There's our first card completed. I did grab a bunch of other gems and brought them over here. We will see if I need to use them or not. So there's card one. I'm going to move it out of the way. And is it just me talking to myself? I think it is. But that's okay. If you're here, say hello. All right, second card. Again, this was in the annual catalog. And this is the page that has the tulips on it. I think you'll see something similar. All right, so I needed a background piece, so I pulled in this this fresh freesia piece. All right, which is that. This time I'm going to cut because I don't want to waste my paper and I want this down a little bit. I'm going to cut a circle out of the middle of this, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it. So don't think you're wasting your paper because this is a great way to, all right, I'm trying to, okay. I'm trying to center it as best I can. All right, and I'm going to cut that out. Excuse me. All right, so I've cut that out. And I'm not going to waste this. I then cut a white one that's a little bit larger, and I'm going to put all this together. And I go around that hole to give it a little bit of extra glue in there. All right. There we go. I was a little late coming on, so people may have figured something came up and I wasn't going on, but I'm here. Okay. I keep looking at my board here because it's perfectly straight in the video, but it is really wonky on my desk. This I'm going to put over top, and I've hid that hole, and I'm going to use my dimensionals again. That's not the one. Where's my dimensions? Here they are. I'm going to organize my supplies over here. I usually have them just sitting here, but I saw some organizing containers that Patty Bennett posted. And there were a couple that I saw that I thought would be perfect. Okay, now I may need to clean my okay. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm watching my plaid. So I've got that on top. Now, I have my little paper, and I'm going to stamp my owl in my black, and this is the other one. Now, I went looking for ideas for this, and I saw some cute ideas, and not all of the owls were gray or brown. So I thought, okay, I'm using fresh freesia. I'm going to color this one with fresh freesia, and I don't know if I'm going to use Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape. I think I'm going to try Highland Heather. So let's see. Here's my fresh freesia. Let's see what Highland Heather looks like with it. It's all right. It's not the best. Let's try Gorgeous Grape. Look at Oasis. Let's see. This is the grape. Oh, too dark. This is Orchid Oasis. Too dark. Well, it's going to have to be the Highland Heather. Nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to do his little face with the fresh freesia. Okay. I think I might take and color the last ones with my blends and my markers. I mean, my pencils, watercolor pencils. Let's color him in like so. All right, so I've got him colored in. Their eyes are so big. They're so cute. All right, let's try the Gorgeous Grape. I got pencils and stuff thrown over to the other side. Hopefully they won't fall down and crash and make a bunch of noise. Okay, I'll send these to the grandkids. They'll love it. This one will have to go to Remy. Since it's purple. There we go. All right, now I got to cut him out. So a minute to get it off of here. So what do you think? Aren't these little owls adorable? What's the first item you're going to get? And if you're watching it as a replay, hit replay and tell me what's the first celebration item you're going to get. And then what's the first item out of the mini you're going to order? I placed a big order before I left for Christmas, knowing that it would come in. It was supposed to be here Thursday, and they moved it to Friday. So I got it yesterday, but I ordered all the supplies for my classes and my tutorial bundle through April. I have, with my customers, I'm in a group and we do a tutorial bundle every month. And this month we are doing celebration. So we used the stamp set and the pattern paper. All right, I'm going to put him here because he's looking backwards. It looks funny there. So I'm going to put him on with dimensionals. And I don't need, all right, if I put it up in the middle. What was I saying? We use celebration. So we use the stamp set and the pattern paper that you could get through Celebration for free for this month. So some of us did, we split it up equally. Some of us did On the Farm, and the rest of them did the, I think it's called Dainty Delight. I think that's what it's called. I'm not positive. All right. There we go. And now I'm going to take, and I pulled in my go-to greetings, and I have hello. I didn't like the sentiments that were on the, oh, I got a halo. Shoot. All right. No, don't press hard. Just set it down. There we go. That were in the kit, the stamp set. So I pulled in something else. And now I'm going to use my favorite punch for flagging my ends. I know we have one that does it, but I like this one because I can actually see where to punch. The other one, you kind of got to guess. So I didn't particularly like that idea. So I just use this one a lot. This was a banner punch from several years ago. And I'll be honest with you, I've got my money's worth from it because I'm going to get rid of that. I'll put this one on with a dimensional. And I think I need some, I don't think I have any of the old gems that are in this color. I'm going to put hello right there. And I will pull in, I thought I pulled over my rhinestones, but I guess I didn't. I will pull those over and I'll add some rhinestones to this one. So let's see. I'll put one here. And I've got 3 different sizes. And this. All right. I'll put it right there. There we go. There's card number 2. I'm wondering if I went on early because it says it's 10:38 on my computer. I wonder if I panicked and went on early. And my iPad is saying low battery, so I've got to move it because if it goes out, I will lose my feed. So give me a minute to plug it in so I don't, because you have to have 3. Okay, there's card 2. All right, now this is the one I was working on. And for that one, I'm going to use a white card base. And I have used this pattern paper from the one. This is the back of it. All right, so there's that. And let's see. I need a banner. Let me see. That's Balmy Blue, but you know what? I'm going to use Night of Navy. And I have a strip here. And hopefully, yeah, that's too big. So I'll cut it down some. But let me get my size. So this is, cut it down to about 4 inches. All right. And I don't think I'm going to be able to use my banner punch because it's too wide. Okay, here we go. Not my favorite thing to do is to cut up the middle. How wide is this anyway? It's 3 inches, so 1.5. All right. A little bit more. No. A little bit more this way. There. And I got to cut this side. I get the first one cut right. The second one is usually off. Not too bad. All right, now that I've got that, I can cut this down. It's just easier for me to do it that way. Let's see, let's take it to 2.5. And to do that, what I did was I'm cutting, that's better, yes, 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So then my banner is still in the center. All right, now I need a piece of white. And I'm gonna cut it out of my 2 1/4 inch punch. If you have the layering circles, you can use it, but I want to do this quick and easy. So that's what I did. All right, and I've got that there. And I think I'm going to stamp this as Balmy Blue, but I think I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy because it'll show up better. And for this one, I was going to use It's Your Day. Actually, I could do Hoot Hoot It's Your Day and use the marker for the top one. Let's see if I can get this. All right, let me put this one on. And I got to get my, you know what I'm going to do? So I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to take my Night of Navy and I'm going to stamp It's Your Day to the side. And I'm going to take my Hoot Hoot, clean it off. Right. And then using my marker, I'm only coloring the Hoot Hoot. Okay, and then I'm going to put the Hoot Hoot right there. Yes, it worked. So if you're afraid you won't be able to line them up, that's a way to do it. All right, so then this is going to go on here. So let me get this put together and then we can do our cute little owl, and I'm going to do him in gray. So I'll use my blends. I don't have hardly any colors of blends. What I did was when they had their, because we used to do 3 and then they switched to 2. When they were selling their individual ones, I picked up some. I'm not a big fan of the blends, and it's not because I don't like them. I do. It's the fact that we have to they're disposable. So when we finish them, we're throwing them in the landfill. We can't keep throwing stuff in the landfill. We're going to run out of space. So I'm conscious of those kinds of things. And then this I'm going to put on with dimensionals. So I do use another brand that I can refill. In fact, I've got to get a black refill because my black is empty. And I have some things I'm working on I need black for. So I'll just buy a refill and refill it. I like the fact that they can be refilled. I refill my markers. I change the tips on my markers also, because why? I'm not buying a whole pack if one is messed up. No, I think I'll put it that way. I got to come down just a little bit. There. Now, which one do I use? I think I'll use this little guy. And what color did I stamp him in? I think I stamped him in black. Yeah. Not that it matters, whatever color it was stamped with. I think I stamped them all in black, but I could be wrong. Okay, there we go. All right, now let me do the beak and his feet. And there's my, no, I'm going to do his bow tie in balmy blue because navy will not show up. So if I use the balmy, you'll be able to see the details on it. Don't you just love the way I think through what I'm doing? Okay, so there we go. It's going to take me half hour just to put all the stuff away from this one. Let's see, this is the light one. I'm going to use this, I think. And I don't have to worry because they'll blend in. I chose to use this end because the other end is a brush end. And I have to go around things. And I don't want to worry about going outside the lines. Thought I messed up. Thought I had done the eye, but I didn't. All right, so there's that one. Oh, I didn't do his belly. Hold on, forgot his belly. So coloring him in with the gray. I will tell you, I do have some others blends. And all right, let me see. Can I use this one? I'm going to try the brush with this. Bigger spaces. From old retired colors that were again put on sale. See, when you have little spaces, it doesn't work. I'm going to switch to this end up here. And some of the pinks can actually pass for colors that we have now. So if you have some of the blends, check them out because I have used them. Oh, isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. He's adorable. All right, let's cut him out. Yeah. You can use a circle punch. I think the last one does use a circle punch for the owl, but we'll find out. I don't remember. All I can do is look at my last card. And the last card I'm going to be doing some cutting on because I have not cut anything for that one. I was up here and working away, and all of a sudden I looked up and it was like 10:33. But it was like, I'm thinking I looked at it wrong and it was 10:23. Who knows? But that's okay if I went on early because it's one of those things. But my computer is saying it's 10:50. What's my watch saying? 10:54. So it's only behind a little bit. Then I had issues connecting. I could connect, but I couldn't see it on my computer. So I didn't know if I was live or not. Right, I don't want to lose my little rubber band. All right, now this little guy is going to go on here, and I'm going to pull him down. So I'm going to put, let's see, I'll put a dimensional on the bottom of him. And then I'll well, here we goes. Yeah. Put some glue on it. And I'm going to put my pin in this because it might be a while and I don't want it to. There we go. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, these owls are adorable. Now, I don't know what color their eyes should be. I don't know if it should be yellow. I don't want to chance it because they're just too cute like this. This one sparkles. So let's try some iridescent rhinestones and see what those look like on here. You don't really see it. Never mind. Won't be doing that one on there. Let's use some of the festive pearls. Now, these say that they are soft succulent, but look how close they look if you put them with gray. To me, they look like a matte gray, but I think it needs some sparkle. So I'm going to throw on some of the silver ones. Oop, come on. That little one doesn't want to go. It doesn't get a choice. And I need one more. Let's put it there. There's number 3. I can't count. And I still have one left. This card layout came from the page with the elephants on it. So that's card 3. I'll bring them all back when we're done. Now let me look at card 4. Okay. This one, I'm going to use this paper. And I have to do some figuring out what size I need that panel to be. So give me a minute to see if I can figure it out. I'm looking for my ruler and I don't know what I did with it. So I'll pull over another one. All right, now Nope, I need to go a little bit more. And that might be too big. Yes, it is. Let's see, is that close? Nope, a little bit more. All right, come on. Dang. Let's see, what's this? I need another ½ inch. I can fake it. All right, so 3.5 by, oops, sorry, 4 1/4 for a white piece. 3.5 by 4 1/4. All right, let me cut my little piece. Ooh, that's a card base. Don't want to cut that one. Don't want to cut that one. Here we go. This one is not. Okay. 4th. And that's going to be on a white card. Let me get another white card base and look at that. This is how I play. I find a layout that I like, and then I start cutting the paper. All right, I think that'll work. So now I'm going to cut this piece, and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. And my length needs to be, so this is, fourth of an inch smaller than this. So this needs to be 4 inches. All right, 4 inches. All right, now this I'm going to cut into panels, but my panels need to be an inch. How wide is this? Yes, so I need 3 panels an inch wide. 1, 2, I'm not certain. This is going to go on like so, and the one in the middle is different. And I don't know if I want this in the middle. Let me see what other papers are in that pack. Let's see if there's another blue I could use. What about this? Nah. You know what? I think I'm going to do a solid color. And I think I'm going to do a solid piece of Coastal Cabana. Give me a scrap and let me see. Yes. All right, so this needs to be 4 inches by 1 inch. All right. So here we go. This I can move out of the way. Now I'm going to put these together. I'm going to do my 2 outside pieces, and you'll find out why in just a minute. So I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to watch my spacing so it's even as much as possible. All right, and then I'm going to do this piece, and the key here is to kind of use, right, like so. That is fairly close. Now I'm going to do this one. put my tip back in. And then this one goes in the middle. And it's easier to get your spacing in the middle if you do your two outside pieces. Ooh, that's on crooked. Maybe I cut the paper crooked. No, there it is. All right, so there's that. This is going to go on my card, and it's going to go on with dimensionals. Now, there's a variety of ways you can add dimension to your card without having to use a ton of dimensionals. You can take scrap paper and cut it a little bit smaller than this, and it will give you some dimension. The problem with that is I would use a cheap cardstock that's flimsy, because once you put these together, it gets hard and it doesn't bend, and you'll pay more at the post office. So something to keep in mind. I'm always looking for ways to, I hate putting all these little pieces in the landfill also. Anything that doesn't disintegrate, biodegrade, whatever you call it, it stays around forever and ever. So it's something to think about. All right. I'm looking at, I got sidetracked looking at this compared to this. These two pieces were side by side, so that little bit is there. All right, so I've got that. Now it's time for my little owl. And I'm going to do this one. I've done two with the bow tie, right? Yep. And now I'm going to do this little guy that's flying. This card, the layout came from somebody on Facebook. Oh, almost stamped that in the wrong spot. Somebody in a demo group on Facebook. And I liked the layout. She did use this same paper, but she used a different pattern and just a large sentiment on here. So you can do this with just a big sentiment in the middle. I decided to use the little owls. So I need to work on my other brand of alcohol markers and find matches to see if I have. I do have some that do match, and I have a light and a dark. So, okay, here we go. Getting there. Then I have to do his little belly. Color it in. All right, now I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to do some of this with this end. I may do all of it. So that I can make sure I stay in the lines and don't overlap. That's something I forgot to do with the markers. If you color in a circle, that helps a little bit too. So something I need to play with. I haven't Haven't done that in a while. But I guess I'll be coloring a lot. There we go. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, these owls are just adorable. All right, hold on. Almost. All right, yeah. Cut this one out. Well, I guess I did this one today by myself, but that's okay. I know people may be, well, I hope they're not traveling today. I don't know. I know I will not be going anywhere tonight for the festivities. When you reach my age, another year's another year. And now if I was home, I would probably be up with the kids. I don't know if it's just Zoe and Remy or if Nora, Ethan, and Gray are there or not. But if they are, they would probably be going outside and banging pots and pans. So all right, the last one. Now I didn't put a sentiment on this. Wonder if I should. Let's see. He's going to go right there. What's in the thing? I think I'll do the hoot hoot, you're so cute again. And give me this. And I'll stamp it in Coastal Cabana, which I have over here. I like that color. So I've done 3 ideas with 3 different colors. And I'm going to do this one with the postage stamp. And I'll show you how to make a smaller version. All right, so I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to center it as best I can, like that. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to reinsert this. Hold on, let me get rid of this so I can make sure I'm in the camera and you can see what I'm doing. Yes. All right, so I'm reinserting this. I got to get it underneath. There, it takes some finagling, but once you get it in, you're good. And then I'm using the notches on the side. Let's see. Let's try one more notch and see what happens. It might be too much. No, it's not. So when you get it lined up with those notches, you just cut off the extra piece. So that's a way to make a smaller version of your notches. And I'm gonna add some dimensionals to this. And I think I need some gems. I'm big on the gems. Ooh, one of my packs had Coastal Cabana in it. Which one was it that had the Coastal Cabana? Nope, it's not those, not that. Does this have Coastal Cabana? No, maybe it's still in my case. I may have to go look over there in my bin and see. course, the Coastal Cabana, I don't know if they're going to show up on here. It'll be interesting to see. Let me see. That's got balmy blue. I thought I had Coastal Cabana, but maybe I don't. I have purples. No, that's the in colors, so that wouldn't have worked. All right, let me get these on here and I'll decide. I'm gonna put him right in the center. I'll put that there. And let's see. That says pool party, but let's see if it'll work. Oh yeah, to me, it's close enough that it would work. So we're going to use it. I always check and see. All right. And because I have a bunch of them, there we go. And all of them are done. Okay. I'm trying to put this away. I'm trying to be good and clean up. Like when I'm done here, I will spend some time cleaning this up because it's a mess. Okay, let me pull in my cards. This was number 1. Oh, I see I haven't gone down low enough. This one was number 2, 3, and 4. So there we go. Cute, cute cards. Perfect for giving to whoever, kids or adults. All right, I'm gonna remove this spotlight and spotlight my face. Okay, here we go. Well, that was an interesting start to my day. Let me pull this down. I've got stuff everywhere. I will be cleaning up. It'll take me a little while, but that is fine. I hope, oh, it says I have 6 on, but nobody said hello. Oh my gosh, people, how do I know if you're here or not? It doesn't, well, it says 10 comments, but it didn't show up. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I will have to go back and look at them. I'm telling you, it didn't start out well this morning. I couldn't get it to come up and I don't know why. Usually I just do it through my Zoom and it shows up on the side, but it gave me the whole big screen this time. So I don't know. There were some updates, so maybe Facebook hasn't caught up with it. Well, I'm glad everybody showed up, even if I didn't see your comments, and I'm glad you were here. I hope everybody has a happy new year and you're ready to do some crafting in the new year. Don't forget, starting tomorrow, a birthday card a day from myself and one from Vicki. So that's 2 cards a day. So don't miss our posts. And then we're going to do it every day in January. So by the end, there will be 62 cards, 62 birthday cards. So great start to your collection. And I will tell you, at the end of the week, we will be selling the tutorial of both cards. So my tutorial will have hers and mine on it, and her tutorial will have hers and mine. And then that will be 14 tutorials in the tutorial. 14 separate tutorials in the tutorial. Oh, that was a mouthful. So be looking for that. We're working on those now. I have quite a few of my cards made and I'm making the rest of them. So have a great day. Happy New Year, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.